guys, I'm J716 with The Void Gaming, and today I'm going to be showing you a new toy that I've gotten. I got a new camcorder. So basically right now I'm recording with my old one to show you my new one, and a little bit later in the video I shall switch to this one to give you sort of a quality comparison. So this one right here that I'm using right now to record this video is a 3-year-old, about roughly 3 years, a little bit less, JVC camcorder. It's a little bit smaller than this one, just a little bit, and it's been a good camera, but I figured it was about time for an upgrade after having it for a while. And this may not look like much of an upgrade, but I assure you it is a pretty good upgrade. So this new one is a Sony Handycam. It is an HDR-PJ380, and the PJ stands for a projector. So if you look right here, hopefully there we go. That little square right there, you have a projector right there, and what that allows you to do is project your images or your videos that you've recorded on the camcorder onto any surface. You know, use your best judgment with that, like what'll be a good surface to project on. Probably a flat white surface of some sort, but you know, it's a projector, and it works pretty well. I'm not exactly sure what quality it is or anything, but I will tell you this, that it looks very good to me. And another cool thing about it is this is pretty much a portable projector. It has a mini HDMI in port as well that you can use for the projector. So if you want to plug something into it, just get a cheap HDMI to mini HDMI cable from Amazon or something like that, and you should be good to go. So it has a built-in lens cap, which I really like. So whenever you open it and close it, it automatically opens and closes that. And also that's how you turn this on. You open it to turn it on, close it, turn it off, respectively. Another cool feature that has is a microphone in port right there. That's something I may be using a lot in the future. So it's really nice. This camcorder can record at 1080p at 60 frames per second actually, so that's really good. I'll be using that a lot. Let's see, what's another thing I can say about this camera. It has very good image stabilization. From everything I can tell, it has a hardware image stabilization, which means the sensor will move around a little bit. The thing that actually captures the image. If you're not quite sure what the sensor is, it's basically the image goes through the lens and into the sensor. The sensor is the thing that actually captures the image. So basically what will happen is the sensor will move around some to kind of help stabilize that image, the video. And it also has software stabilization. So through the software on the camcorder, it'll kind of like adjust things a little bit, tweak it around a little bit to just keep it more stable. I may be wrong about the hardware image stabilization, but from everything I could find out about the camcorder, it does have that. It's a very nice feature. Some camcorders, you'll have the lens actually move around a little bit, and you can actually see that. But this camcorder does not have that. Retail, this camcorder costs about $600. Right now you could probably get it for about $500. I was actually able to get it for a really good deal at Best Buy. It was a shelf model, a shelf display, and these camcorders are actually going out right now. So this isn't the latest or top of the line or anything like that. They are like the last generation or whatever, but it's still a very good camcorder. And since they're going out, you can get them for a good bit cheaper than the retail price. So now that I've pretty much gone over all this, oh, also one more thing I suppose I should mention is that it has an 8.9 megapixel sensor for taking regular photos, and also it has up to 55x extended zoom, So it also has some digital zoom, but I'm not totally sure what the digital zoom on this camera is capable of, but I prefer not to use digital zoom anyway, and I would not suggest it either, simply because it's literally taking the image that it's getting and making it bigger, which will make your image look very pixelated if you're not careful. I know this camera does not have as much digital zoom as some of the other cameras in its price range, but I'm not like big on the digital zoom thing for because of what I just said. This also has a mini HDMI out along with its mini HDMI in for the projector, but the mini HDMI out sends video out if you want to plug it into, say, your TV or something. This camcorder, to use its menu, to use its interface, it is a touchscreen actually. Now, I'm about to show you my screen, and you may be shocked, my screen is cracked. I actually got it like that from Best Buy, that's why it was so cheap, but I was able to purchase a warranty for fairly cheap with it, so I should be able to have that fixed. So that's why I have this camcorder. I actually didn't know it was cracked at the time, but as you can see, that's not real great. Oh, hey, look, you see me. Videoception. But anyway, so here you can see you have your little menu icon, and I apologize for the little, well, not so little crack. But anyway, you can see you have your interface. The button over here is a image adjust, where you can like select HD, 60 FPS, all that stuff. And you have a lot of stuff that you can do from here. Setup, to where you can like format your memory. You can do some mic control and stuff. And something to mention about the mic on this camera, it's actually stereo, so it's really good stereo too. It has pretty good microphone without the external one. It also has some other cool features like low light modes, and I was talking about the image stabilization. It has pretty good image stabilization. The touchscreen, you know, it has a bunch of just generally cool features. And I've so far really liked it and have appreciated its video quality. It's been a little harder to appreciate with this cracked screen, but hopefully that'll get fixed pretty soon. Hopefully the Geek Squad can fix that. I'm just kidding, they don't fix that stuff, they send it off. Just to inform you about that, they send it off to a camera company. Best Buy does not fix cameras. They'll send it off for you, but they don't fix it. I've recently been informed of that, and also have somewhat assumed. But anyway, battery life on this thing's pretty good. I have a pretty standard battery size on here. It is a third-party battery, because this camera, since it was an open box, it really didn't come with anything. It just came with the body, but I got it for a much cheaper price than the retail of $600, so I figured it was worth it. But with this battery that is advertised at about 175 minutes, which is close to 3 hours, I get about 2 hours of battery life. So that's not bad. You know, battery companies always go like, you know, oh, this will get up to this much battery life. Up to. That keyword right there, up to. So be careful about that. And again, that's one of those other things to use your best judgment with. I guess the last thing I can really say about this camcorder are actually probably three more things I need to cover. It has on the touch screen here, let's do this. This will be better. Okay, over here you have, if my camera will, if you can see it, you have the W and T for wide and tight, and these will allow you to easily zoom if, say, you don't have your hand up here on your little tilt wheel. But that's another thing I like about this camera. It's a tilt, not a slide, like say Canons and stuff like that have a slider. I'm not too crazy about that. But then also you have your record button here, and that's really nice if, say, you're using this and you have it like this, to where, like, say you're getting a low shot or something like that. That's really nice to use your left hand for the recording and zooming. It just makes it a lot easier. The next of the three things I was going to mention is that unlike a lot of camcorders, including this one that I'm using right now, for its tripod mount it actually has metal threads, which I really appreciate because this camera's tripod mount threads are stripped because they were plastic. So I was unable to use my monopod. If you don't know what monopod is, it's just literally a metal stick that you can put your camera on top of, pretty much. That's the best way I can explain it. So I couldn't use my monopod with my camera the other day, and I realized that. I'm like, oh, fail. It's stripped. So that's that. You know what? There's actually two more than three features that I just realized about that I probably should mention. But third of the original three features is this little flap on the side. If I can get it up, there we go. Right here, this bottom one, this top one is your power charging port, or you can charge it through this nifty little built-in USB cable. Use that for transferring your stuff as well as you can use it to charge. So that's really, really cool. That's just built in. It tucks away very conveniently right there. It's not like in the way or anything. But anyway, that's your charging port, your power in port, DC in. But right here, this bottom one is a really nifty little port. You can plug a series of many different accessories for this camcorder into there that Sony makes. One of which is a little adapter that turns it into a USB port that you can plug in a USB drive, an external hard drive, any of that stuff, and you can transfer videos from here to that directly without needing a computer. I think that's really cool. Another thing you can use this for is to use it for, say, the red, white, and yellow component video out, since this does not have that. And it's a multi-port is what it's called, so it's used for several different things. There was one more thing I was going to talk about, and that is that this does come with 16 gigabytes of built-in memory. So that's really nice if you want to do lots of recording and you don't want an SD card, or you don't want to be totally reliant upon your SD card. Me, I choose to have an SD card simply because I feel that I would be doing a lot of videoing, and if I didn't have one, that I would run out of space too fast. I have a 16 gig, let's back up so you can see that, a 16 gig SanDisk. It's an Extreme Plus, and it has a transfer rate of up to 80 megabits per second. It's a class 10. So it's a really fast SD card. If you're going to be doing a lot of HD video, guys, be sure to get a fast SD card. If you have a class 4 SD card or anything like that, basically your cheap run-of-the-mill SD card, it's not going to cut it. Your video quality is not going to be good. It's not going to be the 1080p. It's not going to be 60 FPS or whatever. So make sure you're going to get a good SD card if you're going to be recording at at HD, high definition, or high frames per second, like 60 FPS or even more. Definitely be sure you get a good SD card. I got this one for a really good deal at Best Buy. It was like I want to say about a $50 SD card that I got for $17 or $18. So that was pretty good. They did have a 34, 32, 34, I think it's 32, maybe 34, I don't know, in the 30s, SD card for $24. It was regular $100, but I figured I didn't need that much. I already had 16 gigs built in, so, you know, obviously 16 plus 16 is 32. So yeah, 32 gigs, that's what that SD card is. So, 16 plus 16, 32. So, I figured I didn't need that much more space. That's plenty. That's about probably about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. One of those 3.5 hours of HD footage probably at 60 FPS. So that's definitely plenty for me. That should be plenty for you. You shouldn't really need to be recording for longer than that at a time without having access to a computer and being able to easily transfer off of it. So I believe that's it for this overview of the camera. I'll probably do like a little announcement video whenever I get this camera back from Best Buy from being fixed. It's kind of a shame, but hey, at least it's still been able to be used so far. But anyway, so I'm now going to swap to this camera so that you guys can get a feel for how it looks and all that stuff. I'm going to put it in the same position, have lighting all the same, you'll be able to see me the same. So I'm going to switch to this mic as well, so you can just kind of get a feel for the different qualities in the camera. So I'll see you then. Alright guys, so I'm back, and right now I'm recording on the Sony HDR-PJ380 camcorder. It is a Handycam, as I've already said, and as you can see, it's got really good video quality. Right now I'm recording at 1080p at 30 FPS, just like it was with this camera. As you can see, this is the JVC camera that I have been using in the past. Just to prove that I am using a different camera, I'm sure it's pretty, at least somewhat obvious that it changed. I do know that this camera does have a good bit of a wider angle, not as close in. Both cameras were zoomed out all the way and were positioned at nearly the same exact positioning. I can't say it was like right on the spot because, like, you know, that's nearly impossible. But right now it is pretty good in its position and it's pretty close to the same. And I've been really impressed with this camcorder so far. It's very, just a lot more detail, a lot more vibrant, a little less fuzz, like graininess in the image. This one I do know in low light was very grainy, unfortunately, and it didn't have the best color quality. From all my research and stuff, I've never been a big fan of JVC. When I got this camcorder, I really didn't know a whole lot about video at the time, and I thought, hey, it's a 1080p video camera, it's got 8 gig of built-in flash memory, it'll be fine. Yeah, no, never assume that, ever. Never ever. Do your research, get a good camcorder, and don't skimp. Don't skimp on it. If you try to cut back on some money, like, you know, oh, I really want good quality, but this Canon over here is $200 or whatever, don't. I mean, not unless you do research. Do your research, and if the cheaper one is truly better, I mean, I have no problem with that. Like, I'm not telling you not to go cheaper. Don't go cheaper just because it's cheaper. Only go cheaper if it's as good or you're willing to sacrifice a little quality. So if in doing that you're fine with losing a little quality, or it's better than the more expensive one, or it's the same as the more expensive one, or whatever, go for it. I could care less. Like, I'd probably do the same. The only reason I got this one, this $600 camera, retail, is because I got it for a crazy good deal. So really, like, do your research. I did a lot of research, and I knew that this camera was in a line of good cameras. I hadn't really looked up this specific one, but when I found it at Best Buy, I pulled out my phone real quick, did a little research, compared it to the camera that I was looking at. If you're curious, the original camera that I was looking at was the Canon HF-R500. It's a good camera too, but this one actually ended up being cheaper than that. That's a $300 video camera. It's a very good video camera, but I'm thinking if I could get this one for about $100 cheaper, I got this one for about a total of $200, which was really crazy good deal. I figured if I can get it for about $100 cheaper, why not jump for it if it's supposedly a better camera? So, I don't know. Give me your opinions. Give me your opinions on camcorders. Tell me what you think about this camcorder, how it looks to you. I do have a light shining in my face. It's a little blinding, but I've kind of like just been focusing in, tunnel visioning on the lens, so it's been okay. But I've been trying to give me some good lighting. I know I haven't really been able to do that in the past, so I've been trying to like work out a few things with that to get rid of some graininess as well. I know low light is never fun for like graininess and stuff like that for any camcorder. I mean, if you go like $1,000 or so, it'll be
not that bad, but you know, for like palm of your hand camcorders, it's never a fun thing. So personally, I've definitely liked this camera more than this one. Granted, this one is a good bit newer, a good bit more, I guess, expensive as far as quality goes. It is a Sony, this is a JVC. Sonys are definitely good. If you're looking at a new camcorder, I'd definitely recommend Sony or Canon. Those would be my top 2 suggestions for you. So, I believe that's pretty much it. This video was more so like comparison video, review video, first impressions, advice, mashup video, I guess. So if you enjoyed this review, first impressions, advice, comparison, mashup video, I know I said that in a different order, but YOLO. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you did not like it, leave a dislike. And if you don't like it, feel free to leave a comment with some suggestions, constructive criticism, and if you did like it, maybe you could leave a comment as to why. If you like this video and want to see some more of our videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. And again, don't forget to leave some comments, opinions about the cameras, what cameras you found nice and fun and, you know, good quality. That's what we're all in it for, right? The quality. So make sure you leave your comments, have a nice friendly discussion below. So have fun with that, and I'll see you guys next time.